Well, I think there's a challenge for all of us to figure out how do we do things different. We've done things in a way that we're used to doing, and I think we've got a lot of inefficiencies in what we do. So I think the first thing is we need a paradigm shift. We need to think differently about how we do it. All we keep doing is saying we need more money, more money, more money, and there doesn't seem to be more money. Although that's not totally true. There are some new sources of funding coming about, but basically we've got to look for efficiencies. We've got to figure out what can we do differently to streamline processes and help us to figure out how do we get things done. There seems to be a lot of money for implementation. The challenge is planning, and how do we plan? One of the things I think that's important on planning is we get locked into planning our own projects instead of going out and helping to think neighbor to neighbor projects, thinking bigger scale. And there I think we'll realize efficiencies. So I think we've got to do some new strategies if we're ever going to get more acres with the resources we have. Well, again, it goes back to the paradigm of how we do things on the land and how we implement things. Sometimes our objectives are such that we're trying to, instead of restore the land, we're trying to make work, or we're trying to keep crews busy. And those are important things. Those are ways to do it, but there could be some ways that are more efficient and more effective and reduce cost. So I think we've got to look at all the federal regulations that might hinder us and the processes that add cost to our projects. Obviously, if we, for people that have the opportunity to harvest timber, to create value and use that as a goods for services, that's an excellent opportunity. It won't work everywhere, but we should prioritize it where it will work. And then that can help us stretch resources to other areas that may not have that opportunity. The key to leveraging funds, and I think that's the exciting opportunity, is people are starting to recognize their connection back to the land. People who don't live on the land or work on the land start to recognize, my drinking water comes from somewhere, my clean air comes from somewhere, the offsets for carbon, they come from somewhere. And so I think there's programs such as the USDA's Two Chiefs initiative, which matches NRCS money with Forest Service. So you can treat Forest Service and private lands together. You can cross boundaries. You're not stuck with one boundaries. The Department of Interior has their new Resilient Landscape funds that do the same thing and match up with Forest Service. So we're starting to do those things. But some of the most exciting ones that I really like that are coming along are some of the private investments, partnerships, private partnerships where companies are putting up money to help take care of the land because it's not only the good thing to do, but it might be good business. Coca-Cola put up some money for a watershed protection because Coca-Cola sells water. They win on both. They get good PR and they help take care of the land. Watershed partnerships are real exciting, where people in Denver and Flagstaff and Santa Fe and recently I heard about Albuquerque are putting up private local money through assessments to restore the watersheds so that fire and other natural disasters don't damage their drinking water. That's people benefiting and paying for the value that they're receiving. So I'm excited, and there's other types of private investments that are starting to surface where people are starting to pay for the benefit they're getting. TFPA is a great mechanism that helps to allow tribes to start thinking beyond their boundaries. I think that's exciting from tribes, but I think the other real benefit is tribes have a long-term land ethic that I think they bring to the table and can share with other stakeholders their experience on managing the land long-term. And I think they can bring credibility to partners who've struggled with getting land treatments done. I think they can help break some of the bottlenecks. And I'm excited. I hope that there will be some great projects coming forward.